If I could only hear your confessions, I'd have some movie, boy. But I made a little cheat sheet because this is very hard for me. I started broadcasting in 1955 with the Cardinals, so just do the math. And between that, I've done all kinds of stuff here. Oh, Lord, I've done wrestling shows. And never forget, one guy said to me, "Is wrestling for real?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Oh, you do." I said, "Well, let me tell you something. I do a commercial every time the guy next to me tells me. I haven't missed a commercial in 3 years because as soon as they start bouncing around in there and I get real excited, the guy says, 'Get ready.' And then I hear three, then, and it's over, and I do the commercial. So that was quite an experience to be with the wrestlers. And I did that, dog shows, game shows, and all that. But that's something else again. I'm not going to take up a lot of time. When I was a kid, and Yogi too for that matter, when we were growing up, we'd always say, "What do you want to be?" I said, "You know what I want to do? I want to do three things. I want to meet a pope. I want to sleep in the White House. And the last one, I'm not so sure I can remember it, but I wanted to go to the Hall of Fame." Well, after I saw some of those guys that are in the Hall of Fame, I said, "Well, Joe, the only way you go in the Hall of Fame is buy a ticket, pal. That's the only way you're going to get in." And then I did meet a pope, and I did meet a president, President Ford, and it's been a great ride. I think about I may not get through this, I'm telling you. Kirk, if I don't, you'll have to ad-lib it, will you? You'd be happy to. Tell your face you'd be happy to then. He never says it. I tell you, it's going to be a great year. It is because, you think, well, he's going to bunt. No, it's hit and run. I tell my wife he's going to hit and run, guaranteed. He'll bunt, whatever. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year. Audrey and I have talked about it. We have been married 63 years. And I've often said it's the best catch I ever made. I got traded a lot and did a lot of traveling as a TV guy. And when you stop to think about it, the wife is the one who really makes it for you. She was the one who took care of the kids. I was the guy that was on the plane, flying here, there, and everywhere, and coming home and telling her about it. And she'd just smile and say, "Oh, that's great," and all that. So 63 years, I want to spend more time with her. I've had a great ride. I told you about that. The only thing I'd like for you all to know is my health is okay. It's good. I had this big surgery in 2009. Came out with a walker. You remember that, Joe? 6 hours. But the guy who gets operated on, he doesn't know because he's out of it. And I came out with a walker, then a cane. Now I walk without it. I wobble a little bit. Guys think I'm drunk sometimes, but I'm not. And the only thing that gets me is they say, "Can you run?" I say, "Run? I couldn't run when I was playing, for crying out loud." I remember telling Big Kluszewski, I don't know if you remember Kluszewski, he used to cut those sleeves off here. I used to say, "Klu, hold your hands up high with the bat so I can look down and see your armpit somewhere." I mean, because he had those big arms. And I used to get on first base. He never held me on. I said, "Just hold me on so my kids see that you're holding me on. That's all. I'm not going to run." So that's pretty much it. I really appreciate everything that's happened to me. And Ken and Derek, you guys have been great. I'm going to say it. I don't deserve a lot of things that have happened to me, but I remember Jack Benny saying he had arthritis. He didn't deserve that either. So I'm taking it, and you guys were great. I mean, you've made me part of your family. And the Diamondbacks, I say this, having been with a lot of organizations. I did games for the Padres, Angels, Cardinals, who else? Yankees. I did in '64. You guys don't remember '64. A crowd like this at Yankee Stadium is very small. I'll tell you that. But you know, you guys took me into the family and made me feel like I was part of from the beginning, and I was with going back to Jerry Colangelo, and the biggest thrill I've had in my life so far is when Joe was GM and we won the Pennant World Series, and Gonzo, where the hell are you? Oh, you're staying away from the knuckleballer. I don't blame you. Oh, knuckleballers, I hate them. If you ever get to watch a knuckleballer pitch, don't look at his hands. Look at his face on delivery. Good luck. Sadistic. They're sadistic. You know what I'm talking about, Kirk, huh? And with 2 strikes, oh, you know. Except the only guy that ever did it was Jim Wilson was a little bit of a knuckleball pitcher, and Ted Williams was hitting, and he struck him out twice on knuckleballs. I just did reread an interview I'd done with Williams, and this is where he said it. And he said, when they got 2 strikes on you, they really throw that big one. He said he threw his best knuckleball. I turned around and I said to Charlie White, the catcher, Charlie, I'll handle this one, and hit it right in the seats. Boy, I would have loved to have done that. But anyhow, where the hell was I? Audrey and I talked about this, and again, I thank all of you, and I thank all you guys. I've had a lot of fun with you. Muscles is back there. A few people, if you got a little extra money, be sure to send him to camp. We need to get him built up a little bit. And it's just good to see all of you. I appreciate everything you said. I can't say his last name, McManaman. Hey, how do you say your name? McManaman. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still waiting for a call from the Pope after what you wrote. I'll tell you that. I mean, the new guy. I'm in for that job. Thank you for what you wrote, and thank you guys for being my friend, because everybody in the whole organization, and I'm not talking about just the guys I work like Scott or whatever, and this year should be a great one with Brenly and Steve. That'll be a good team. It will be. And I'll be able to sit there and second guess the living daylights out of you. You dummy. Not you. You got to make the decision. You know, you put on a play and then you take 2 buffering. I know. But again, I thank you, Ken. That wall with the broadcasting, every time I walk by it, really, it's just something. I see my mom and Pop. And it's been great. And then the field in Flagstaff. I mean, come on. You got to die to get a field named after you. And you guys did it while I was still alive. So I just want to thank you, and